Hello again. My name is Ayo Emakhiome. Welcome to Voice for SME on Click TV Africa. Last edition, we were talking about branding, and we mentioned how branding is with SMEs. And we are continuing today with a special guest who is an expert in branding matters and PR. That's the person of Norris David. I hope I got it.
I think I didn't break your jaws.
Yeah, he is the MD CEO of Rivemark Concepts. It's a PR and media company, and I brought him on today to give us an expert point of view on branding, especially for SME. Norris, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Now, so PR, media, what does that have to do with branding?
Okay, well, they work in sync. Okay, public relations, whatever you have, if no one knows about it, then it's as good as having nothing. Okay, so if you're going to build a brand, you're going to sustain the brand, then people need to know about it, and they need to have an idea of what it's the solution is offering and the value is bringing. So you just have to make sure your PR is in sync while you build your brand. So it's very, very important to have that PR strategy.
What you said is awesome, but yes, for a company with like 20 employees branching out into new avenues and all that, what you're saying is excellent. But when we talk about SMEs in Nigeria, SMEs are that one man or that three people gang running a business, and the few of them have had the opportunity to discuss this. When I mention branding, I sound as if I'm speaking French. They always look at me. So how do you think it affects them, or what do you think we can tell them to make them see the importance of having a brand or branding itself? Let's even take it a step back. When you're talking to an SME now, what would you tell them branding is before we start talking about the importance?
Okay, first of all, most SMEs feel branding is too expensive for them.
Yeah.
They feel PR is another high mountain to go through.
Yeah.
But they need to understand that every day they are actually executing the different levels of branding and PR for their business. Okay. So for an SME, whether a one-man gang or probably 2 or 3 people coming together to run a particular business, they first need to understand that people need to know what value their business is bringing to them. Okay? And in their own little way, they need to communicate it to the public. And that can start from their homes, their church, their immediate circle. So when they hear PR most times, they think of it as something so very big. They need to bring it down first to their immediate environment. It might just be the people in your compound that needs to have this particular idea. Take for instance, someone who is running, probably a young guy who wants to start up a dry cleaning business. Your first level of PR should be your immediate environment, probably your house. Okay, you stay in a 6-block, 3-bedroom flat apartments and all that. So you start from there.
How do you mean in branding now? What is this starting from there?
Okay. First, you let them know, hey, I do this now. 1, then 2. The way you can take up 1 or 2 of their clothes, wash it, then show them this is what I'm actually talking about. Okay, and the way they package it. For instance, the regular guys who do the dry cleaning, after the whole stuff, they fold it, they put it in a nylon and all of that. So even from the house, it's something you can do. That's branding. So from telling them that I do this, and from taking up the job and doing 1 or 2, and the way you present it and take it back to them, you've gone through the process of PR and branding. Just in a nutshell.
Okay. So if I understand you right, that means number 1, the fact of the business you do is a brand. Then number 2, the packaging of either the product or service is branding. Then number 3, how you deliver it is also a brand.
Yeah.
So which means the entire business activity is a brand.
Yeah, because you're constantly communicating something.
Okay.
You're constantly communicating your
Okay.
brand essence, right? Your business is you take it as like a human being. It has its own life. That's what
Okay.
brand is all about. It has its own life.
Okay, that's giving life to an otherwise inanimate thing.
Yes. So you need to build it up. You need to nurture it. You need to actually strategize the kind of perception, the kind of you actually want from people.
You know, your voice is so wonderful, so sweet, just like a typical PR person, and the grammar is plenty. So my Emeka, your brothers, all this one you're saying now, you understand? It's
Okay.
still abstract. So I'm still trying to grapple it. You know, this is for SMEs now. If we were talking to the average everybody, yes. But for an SME, they still do not see, or let's talk in the numbers. What does the packaging, what does the mode of delivery put money in the pocket? How does that for a brand?
Okay. First, branding goes beyond your logo, your colors, how you put things together. It goes beyond that, right? So you can as well put it in this way. So let me take for instance Emeka.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Emeka is.
He has a shop in Alaba.
Okay, if you want to go that route.
Mm.
Okay, Emeka has a shop in Alaba. Emeka sells electronics, and on that same line, you have over 1,000 people
Yes.
selling the same thing. And Emeka needs to be distinct because that's the only way he can sell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he needs to create his brand. So branding goes beyond just the color, the logo, as I said. You could also bring in your customer relations into it. Okay, so when people come in contact with you, what do they go with?
Okay.
That's also an aspect of branding they need to understand. What they go, how do I relate my encounter with Emeka?
Okay.
Okay, when I got into Emeka's shop, it's well arranged.
Package.
When I go into Emeka's shop, I had a very good reception. Probably from
Okay.
Emeka himself, or he has a
Service
sales
quality.
girl. Okay, so when I was leaving, Emeka packed my product, what I bought from him, in a bag, in a nice bag.
Still packaging.
And the bag is branded, has Emeka's name,
Okay.
has his shop, and everything. So that is basic branding for SMEs.
Okay. So, and because of that, if I went to, what you're now saying is, I went to a maker shop
Yeah.
to buy a TV.
Uh-huh.
I was treated, I'm a guy now. I was met by this awesomely beautiful lady that was so nice to me. In fact, offered me everything. And even though the TV was priced a bit extra, I was too happy to pay. And then when they now gave it to me to leave, there was enough materials to make sure I remember a maker shop, or I have the details to tell my friends about that wonderful place I went to.
Exactly.
Which is why out of the 1,000 shops on that row, I would always refer them specifically to a maker's shop.
Yeah.
Which means because of his branding, which comes down in packaging and service delivery, he would increase his volume of business.
Yeah. The basic
Okay.
ambience are there already. You know.
Yes. So
It's
as in,
maintained.
the ambience is there, the logo is there, but it was because of the level of branding, the volume of business would increase.
Yes.
Good. So an awesome brand increases your business revenue.
Yes, it's all.
Good. So we are coming to my people's level now. So an awesome brand will increase their revenue. Okay. What else apart from revenue?
Okay. One is to distinct you from.
Okay, they
the
will stand
rest.
out.
Yeah. And then it will actually increase your customers' perception about your business.
That at least is okay. Packaging, as my people will call it. So you stand out.
Yeah, sometimes it's not just your packaging that actually gets people to buy from you. To do
Okay.
business with you. It's the perception they get from the okay, what value are you bringing to the table? What value are you what challenges are you solving for them? Okay, so once they have that understanding, okay, if I go to Emeka's shop, Emeka would tell me this is this quality
Okay.
and this is this quality.
In honesty.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So So there's this perception that, oh, see, whatever a maker gives to you,
You
is
can
what-
go to bed with it.
Exactly. So that also affects your business.
So branding creates values like integrity, trust, and that maintains customer patronage.
Exactly, because it has
Mm.
gone beyond the physical.
Okay.
Okay. I tell most of my clients and colleagues that people don't buy a tangible product, right? They buy how it makes them feel.
Okay.
Yes. So, how do I feel when I buy from a maker? Is why I actually go to buy from a maker, because there are several makers in that same shop.
Over
in
a
that same
thousand
line.
of them.
Exactly. So I'm not just buying a TV from a maker because he's who sells TVs. Because probably when I get to maker, a lot of factors around the maker that makes a maker more interesting to me, and I want to have business with him.
So if I want to talk to an maker now, I will now say branding is like the wife he married. He had so many women there, but because it is the one that provided the best brand that met his need, that he decided, that he decided to marry.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same thing, that his business now is like the man looking for the wife, or no, the business is now the wife, of which the man is now the customer.
Yes.
That has to choose, this is the business I have
This is
decided
why-
to stay with.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So you're not getting married because she's just a lady.
No,
No. But there are some specific things.
that stands out.
Exactly.
Awesome. Even I am getting new insights. Very lot of understanding on branding. So, do you think there's any other thing they can do, probably in the way they brand, to be able to increase sales apart from the normal packaging? As in, do you think is there any specific you feel they can?
Well, for SMEs,
Yeah.
one other thing when I used to go online.
Okay. E-commerce.
Yes, it's the easiest way to communicate your business to people now, and everybody's having smartphones. So, and I always tell people that online you can build a make-believe world, but how big your brand is.
Okay.
And so, I think they need to actually imbibe that and grow with it. No matter how little the maker shop is, he needs to let people know that, okay, I'm selling this. From his immediate community to boosting and trying to have other people also boost his business for him,
Yeah.
so they can also do that to increase your business.
Good, but you see, my challenge presently in our climb, going online, or all you are saying, is an arm and a leg. So, how would they be able to do this in a cost-effective way? Like a business that does an average turnover of like 200,000 monthly, or let me be more reasonable, 300,000.
Oh, that's very easy. The average person has a smartphone,
Yes.
right? Okay, and you can reach the world with your smartphone. So a maker can start from taking videos of himself, talking about the products and services he's providing
Okay.
from his smartphone.
Sticking to a maker, but just I was thinking of moving from a maker to a Funke,
Okay.
because they are the more cost conscious. So you tell Funke that she needs to go online, she will calculate the cost of data, the cost of buying, creating a website and all that cost, then the headache that goes with it. But let's even leave headache first. Let's look at the cost. She's cost conscious. So is there any way, as in how can she do it such that it won't cost her an arm and a leg? And assuming she does no more than 300,000 in a month, she can still do it effectively.
Oh, well, as I said, basically you start with what you have. Okay, don't try to build a shopping mall where you can't build just a little store. Okay, so what's the name? Maybe
Funke.
Okay, so Funke sells. She's the food vendor, right?
Yes.
In the area.
She sells beans and bread
Okay.
for people like Jerome and Linda.
Okay, and so with that, she might feel, oh, I don't need all the big branding.
Yes.
But then the question is, to what level does she want to grow? Okay, to what level does she want to grow? What is your drive in the first place? You know, I actually look at it on time. Growing up, you have this malam in your area who had their shops, right? And then it was like a mini supermarket for you guys in the hood. Or
It
probably
was
your
the
building.
supermarket.
Okay, but then 5 years down the line, 7 years, what happens?
He's still there.
Yeah, but now he's now selling some very
Yes,
one
market
sugar
has
here,
expanded.
no, one sugar here, one sugar there. They just go down. That's what I'm trying to get. They go down after a while.
Okay.
No, they go this way, then they climax, then they come down.
Okay.
Now, if you want to go into building the brand, you need to have the end in view. Okay, so why am I building the brand in the first place? Why am I getting into the business in the first place? Okay, so what kind of service am I providing? What kind of solution am I bringing on board? So SMEs needs to start with that. You need to start with the end.
Excuse me, sir. You know, Funke does not, that your grammar. Funke just wants to make enough money to buy her shoibi for all her weddings.
Exactly.
To eat. And so if you start telling her about the future, she will tell you that's for her children to worry about. That please, as the today's sales, can I buy food there and shoibi for Funke's wedding? If it's yes. So can you please reduce, bring it down to
at her level, right?
Yes.
She's trying to make money.
Yeah.
That is the basic reason she started the business in the first place. So my question is, how long do you want to keep making this money?
Okay.
And what's your plan? Okay, do you want to send Funke to school? Where is Funke right now? To what level do you want to send
her
Funke
to school?
Yeah. So if you have that in mind, she can start to plan with that. Okay, if I'm going to stick with this business for now, then I have to plan what my brand will look like. Okay. Before then, Funke, probably when you go to buy from them, people have to stand, and then you queue. Then there's people throwing plates up and down. Then they moved from that. They now have benches and all that. Then they have fan now in her store.
Standing fan.
Then she has now placed her food, the meat, the everything at one particular corner now. Then she's getting sales girls who will come to attend to you.
So business is expanding.
Yes.
On the same spot.
Now, that's brand building.
Okay.
But it's not intentional. The problem with SME people, they are not intentional about their brand. They are doing the same thing the big brands do, but most times they are not intentional about it.
So branding has to be intentional.
Exactly. That is where you get the real result. Everybody's selling. I mean, people are like, tell me, I don't like sales. I say, you are selling. Everybody sells. The moment you tell me I do this, they just need to be conscious. They just need to be intentional about that.
So branding has to be intentional.
Exactly. So they moved from one point. Emeka has moved from just dragging someone from the road and into his shop to like, okay, and I have a bench where you can see there's light in my shop, and I have all my products laid out and probably with the price attached to it. I have a nylon and I carrier bag I can give to you to move, and I can even give you my card, so you can locate me directly. Yeah, it now has a card. So those are steps to it. The Funke now has a food pack. So she can give you takeaway, and sometimes they have their label on the food pack, right? And so they just keep working on it, but it's not intentional. That's just the challenge that we have with SMEs. They're not intentional about their branding.
So the takeaway now is that they need to be intentional.
Yes.
And they need to talk to Rivmark to help them with their intentional way of branding.
Yeah,
because that increases their revenue.
Exactly.
Good. So in summary now, for an SME, branding is extremely important.
Right.
Especially if they want to, one, stay long in their business, two, keep their customers loyal and keep coming back, then three, innovate their business. They need to be branding, and also finally to be able to rub shoulders with the big names. Then they need to do that. But do you have any is it parting words now for the average, the Iyafunke and the Emeka out there that are still, they are now, before now they were at zero, like when we started.
Yeah.
But let's assume now they are like 45%. So do you have anything you can tell them to still convince them that take the remaining 5% and join us, or the remaining 55% and join us?
Yeah, they should keep to their brand promise, even though most of them don't know what it is.
That's what I was going to say. What's the brand promise?
The brand promise is what you have decided to give to your customers, what you want them to take away once they meet you. Emeka is quality, right? Yafunke is my food is tasty.
Okay.
So keep to it.
Delicious food.
Yes, keep to
or
it.
quality electronics.
Exactly. Just keep to it. Just keep to your brand promise. Then find a way of improving the service you're giving to people. Basically.
Okay. Thank you so much. This is Click TV, Click TV Africa. With me is Mr. Norris David of Rivmark Concepts, a PR and media experts company. We are talking about branding and how it relates to SMEs. Thank you for listening to us today. This is where we are going to wrap today's edition. I have learnt a lot. I have a lot of change in mindset with relation to branding. And thank you so much, Norris, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
By next edition, we'll be bringing in another special guest. And we look forward to seeing you then. Thank you, and bye.